Hello guys, it's FlightMath here. Welcome on today's tutorial. And right now we are on Boeing 737-800 and we will practice the ILS approach runway to runway 33 in Warsaw. So I'm gonna show you how to do it. Okay, so right now we are in front of runway 33 on long final. Here we go, that's the runway inside over here. And to prepare the plane for landing on ILS, we need to put something here in our CDU. So we go to the departure arrival page, and I'll try to not move my head around a lot. And then we go to Warsaw arrival page. Over here, we need to choose which runway we want to land in. So I've chosen ILS Yankee. Runway 33 here without any stars, standard arrival routes, and via Whiskey Alpha 534, but I think, yeah, it's already behind us, 533, so I'm not gonna use the transition here. And later on, we go to init reference page. Here we go. So we have to choose which flaps we want to land. So we have flaps 30 for landing or flaps 40. So it's a long runway, so I'll keep flaps 30 for landing. It's 144 knots plus 5 wind correction. Here we go. And to make the ILS, any ILS, you don't need to have any charts. I mean, because the frequency of the ILS is over here and the course is over here, so you don't have to actually look in the chart. 110.3, and this is what we checked during our briefing before descent. 110.3 has to be set on the radio panels here. 110.3 on both sides. Here we go. Then we check courses, which is 3 times 110.3, 1, 2, and 3. Then we have courses 3 to 6 on our CDU, 3 to 6, and 3 to 6 over here. Then we will need to use the minimums. From the charts, it's 557 baro minimums. And baro minimums, so we're gonna use for the normal ILS. ILS category 2 and 3, we'll use the radio minimums. So 557. And just a little bit of adjustment here. 557. No, it wasn't that one. It's 558. And it should be together with the captain's side 557. Normally it's separately. I think I set it up somewhere in the FMC that goes together, or maybe not. Maybe it was in Airbus. But if you don't have that option, you can go to display control panel and use when you click to the right, it's gonna take all the details from the FO, first officer, PFD, and it's gonna copy the minimums as well. Then you put to normal again. Okay, so auto brake, so we're gonna use auto brake 2, and flaps 30 is already set. Miss approach altitude from the charts is 3,000 feet. And also during the briefing, we have to check our routing. So I'm gonna unpause for a second. Here we go. Adelec point. It's gonna be 3,000 or above. Yeah. How is it written here? Okay, then we have Whiskey Alpha 529er. Which is going to be exactly 3,000, and in real life we also have this glide slope degrees, which is going to be written somewhere here. I hope you see my mouse. It's going to be written 3 degrees. Then we have runway 33, and that's Xelto Mulza. It's our miss approach fixes. So we checked Xelto point speed below 185. And Mulza as well, not higher than 185 and 3,000 feet above, which is correct. And then at the end, than as directed from the charts, so there is no hold at the end. We also have everything set up for landing, so normally we extend the landing gear down at around 6 miles final, not like 12. But that was already set up by the software here, so we're gonna make, I will tell you when we do everything. So for Whiskey Alpha 529er, which is our final approach point, we want to have flaps 5 and speed around, let's say 180, yeah? And then we'll try to reduce the speed. Okay, so we continue and approach mode is set, or yeah, it should work. Glide slope captured, and we can set miss approach altitude as we set 3000 feet. Because now the plane is gonna follow our glide slope, yeah? Yeah, auto throttle is on, speed is on, okay. And we try to descend, we are clear to land. So now we have VREF plus 5, I see the plane is trying to manage this light wind here. It's not that windy, but it's flying like crazy here. It's having some gusts. I don't know what's going on. It's a live weather here. Maybe it's that windy. Let's double check. Real-time live weather with some gusts. Let's see. Course is 326 as well. Heading for the go around. Normally the plane doesn't fly like this, to the left and right. And we can see 7 miles. It's approaching, so we can do it earlier. So let's say now I will make a call out, gear down, flaps 15. So the captain will put gear down, flaps 15 over here, and I'll adjust the speed to 15, which is over here. So this magenta bag will be on the 15 speed. Then we can wait 6 miles, so let's say flaps 30 and speed VREF plus 5. On my FMC I will have init page, just 1 second, just to have it visible here. And landing checklist, we have flaps 30, engine start switch is continuous, speed brake arm, it's over here, landing gear down, flaps 30, green light, landing checklist completed. And then we continue, it's 4 miles final, I can disconnect the autopilot, and now until 1000 feet we can keep high rate of descent if you want to catch the glide slope. So let's say now we have 1150, and this bar over here, the white bar, it's gonna show us the 1000 feet above the runway or airport elevation, because this radio altimeter is actually the altitude, sorry, the height above the ground that we actually fly. So if you have some kind of mountains, it's not going to be 1000. Let's say it will be 500 if it's higher mountain, but to the runway it will be still 1000 feet. So if the airplane is equipped with this bar over here, we're gonna call it 1000. If not, we need to calculate it by ourselves. Or if it's like here, flat terrain, it will match most of the time. So we don't call this 1000 here because it can be inaccurate. We call it here from the runway. and below 1000 feet, this one, we cannot exceed our vertical speed more than 1000 unless it was necessary. For example, the glide slope is higher than 3 degrees. So now it's 1000 stabilized and we have 150. Did you see? We were like a little bit below here, and here's only 40 feet. Then this white bar is gonna change for yellow. Over here I can see just a tiny bit of yellow bar, and it's gonna be our 500. And we are cleared to land. I'll show you now. This yellow bar is approaching. And there will be another call out, 500 stabilized, runway 33 clear to land. See, I will pause our 500, has 560 right now over the terrain that we fly. Sometimes it can be our 500 and here we will have 300 if there is like a mountain or something. So let's continue. 500 stabilize, runway 33 clear to land. I'll disconnect autopilot and auto throttle. The puppy lights are not so visible, but in real life you could easily see them from the distance. Checked. Landing. And let's make a hard landing here. Speed brake up. The reverse is normal. Manual braking. 60 knots. And the fire brigade is coming. I don't know what was the reason we didn't call any fire assistance here. And this is basically what you need to set up for ILS approach. It's fairly easy. Next one, we're gonna do VR approach using LNAV VNAV. Thank you guys for watching and see you on the next one.